Martial arts class, we're going to work on the bow staff. This is Learn Bow Staff at Home for Beginners, lesson 1. We're starting this week. Start with a staff in either hand, doesn't matter. This is my left. Palm is facing up. You're going to hold the staff just at its balance point. That's the center line. I usually mark that on mine with a piece of tape. That's a good suggestion for you if you're just getting started. It's going to help you learn how to do the turns and the spins just a little bit faster. We're going to be working on both spinning and some basic strikes for self-defense. Just going to go from one side to the other side, starting to work on speed, strength, balance, coordination. You want to get blood, plasma, all that into the joint to lubricate it, to get it ready so that you stay safe from injury in this workout. You're going side to side for about 30 seconds, and then you're going to put your other hand here, and you're going to, from one side to the other, just back and forth, going side to side. And you're going to bring it up and out from one side to the other side just to strengthen the wrists. Now this is a beginning workout. We're going to do several of these beginning workouts, and we're going to keep them shorter so that you can get better faster. You don't have to go through the whole thing if you're just getting into it. I want to show you how to get stronger, faster, and this is your beginning move. Now from here, put it into the right hand, put your right foot forward. You're going to go forward, the circle on this side, and your thumb turns down and does a circle here on the other side. So a circle here and a circle here. You're now going into a back and forth pattern, or also known as a figure eight. Think about your thumb carves that figure eight. Good morning, Vic. You're going side to side, over and back. Warming up, continuing your warm up and building basic skills in this beginner home introduction. This is the first of this week. I'm going to see how many of these I can get done. One side and the other side, you're just going down, back, down, back. This also carves the infinity sign. So this is also known as an endless spin. You're going to start to speed that up when you're ready. Keep that right foot in front when it's your right hand. Pull your stomach up and in. Abs tight. And then start to go faster and faster. Always keep the other hand up and out of the way. Bring it over. It's on the opposite side. The other hand takes it pinky to pinky, palms up. You're going to step forward with that left foot and turn it from one side to the other side. So again, you're just going sideways. Yes, we're going to do a new one. I'm going to do a bunch of beginner ones this week, and for you, Vic, I'm going to show you your next level for your curriculum. So Vic's working on getting the belts in the bow staff or the martial arts staff system. You can find that info at pasquinelli.com if you're interested. He's leveling up this week. He leveled up last week. He needs more stuff, so he's going to upload the next level. Pretty basic at this level, Vic. It's more now about repetition, building rock solid skills so you can move faster during your flow. So side to side, now go back into the first hand, which is the right hand, and you're going to reverse it. You're going to pull this time with your pinky. Think about pulling up instead of pushing down where you were going forward. You're now going to go backward. In the reverse figure eight, side to side, slow at first, stomach up and in, abs tight, gradually increasing. Bring it into the other hand, same way, pinky to pinky, palms up, and pulling with the other side. You're going to do each side for about 30 seconds. You can go longer if you want. Try not to go less than that. You want to really develop your skill through lots of repetition and time on each activity. Now, you've done both sides forward, you've done both sides backward. The next thing I want you to do is work on going overhand. This is the left hand, the left pinky's up, the right thumb is down. They're going to face each other. So they're facing the opposite directions, or if they're together, they're facing each other, the palms. The right hand's on top, it turns all the way over The left hand slides under. Here's that butterfly. We call this the butterfly spin. I call this an overhand butterfly spin. The bottom hand takes it, turns all the way out again. Right hand comes down, slides down. The thumb slides down that forearm, takes it. Left hand stays in contact, the wrists with the right, sliding down. And the reason I want you to keep your hands so close is I want you to learn how to fight and defend yourself with the staff. I want you to get used to the idea of not doing things. You can do this. I don't want you to do a lot of things where there's a big potential for you to drop your staff and lose it when you need it the most. Create distance to keep the other person from smashing your head in. You need your big long stick, your bow, your jangbong, the Chinese gun. If you've seen, there have been a lot of TV shows, movies, cartoons lately. I'm seeing bow staff everywhere. Go over the top, bring that to a stop, and you go the other way. Pinky up, right hand down. This hand's under. And you're turning. Slow at first. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and then speed it up. All you're doing again is this is the right hand. The right hand turns up. Left hand's on top, takes it. The palms stay, or the wrists stay in contact. This hand, watch what I do here, because sometimes you don't see this. If I leave it out, it's going to run into the stick. So I pull it back so that I can do the spin. So the same thing here. I pull this out of the way. I grab it. I pull this back out of the way. And some of you, that's like, yeah, I got that. But sometimes if you don't see that, you don't think about it, you have a hard time getting this down. And it's as simple as when it comes around, get it out of the way and let it flip. Now, go back into your forward spin. When you bring it to the opposite side, take it, palms up, pinky to pinky, opposite side, opposite side. You're gonna now practice passing from one hand to the other hand. And take small steps with your feet, just a couple forward and a couple back. This is how you get started training with the bow staff at home. If you're a beginner, and if you're not a beginner, if you've been doing it for a while, this drill is going to help you get smoother, faster. You're going to get stronger, faster. I've been getting a few comments lately in the comment section where you're saying bow spinning has no use, no value. It's silly, don't do it. And my response to that, it's not that it needs a response, but people have heard that. And usually if you're in a style, you've been to a school, maybe you've been to 1 or 2 classes or maybe more, and your sensei, or your guru, or your shifu, or your sabum, whatever it is, your instructor said, don't spin, spin is a waste, spin's useless. And here's why. In most of the traditional karate styles, the kobudo style from here, where they tell you, don't ever say bow staff, because bow means staff, and if you say bow staff, you're saying staff, staff, don't do that. If you're in one of those systems or schools, or maybe you watch the video like that, everything is based on practical striking, hard, powerful strikes, which are beautiful and awesome and all correct and amazing. And there's in those styles and systems, they leave no room for spinning. Because, I don't know why, maybe it never occurred to them. Maybe because, and if you think about like Japanese sword, there's no spinning in Japanese sword. But there is in Korean style a little bit, and then there's a lot in Chinese style. Thinking about the Chinese Dao, or movies like Mulan, or Hidden Tiger, Crouching Dragon, whatever that was. Maybe it was the other way around. And there's a lot of spinning and cool moves that they do, which are for fun and very flashy. And in the movies are very effective because it's a movie and it's choreographed and it's a stunt and it's not real. But the Japanese style was used in battle and was very practical and was very important for many, many years, many generations. And so they perfected no wasted movements, no opportunities to open yourself so you could get cut. Same is true with the bow staff. Super practical for fighting only, no room for spinning. And yes, that's true. And I spin, because it does strengthen the wrists. It does improve spatial awareness. It is good for brain elasticity. It will improve your cardiovascular fitness. It will improve your leanness. It'll give you better posture. It helps you with timing and distance. But you're not going to use the spins in the fight for self-defense. Self-defense, you're going to be here. You're going to put the weapon between you and the threat. And you're going to thrust. And you're going to strike at an angle. And you're going to strike horizontally. And you're going to strike vertically. But you're not going to spin it. You might change hand positions. But most likely, you'll change them like this, or you'll change them like this for practical purposes. So why spin? It's like jumping rope for the boxer. Boxers jump rope to condition the body for the fight. But they don't take the jump rope into the ring with their gloves, right? I mean, that's obvious. That's what spinning's for. Spinning is conditioning. It's not a fighting move. Jump rope is not a fighting move. It's for conditioning. So understand that. And then there's one other reason that you and I do it. And that's because it's fun and it's cool. And it gives you a lot of other things, leads to a lot of other skills and abilities that are interesting and make life more enjoyable because you now have some variety. And you'll be able to do both. You'll be able to use practical fighting self-defense techniques, and you'll be able to do some cool, esoteric, aesthetic, beautiful, neat, interesting moves with the spins, right? So that's why we're doing both, just in case you were ever confused. So last part of this training, because this is just for beginners, this is how you get started when you're at home. I'm going to review real quick. You did this turn. That's to strengthen the wrist, to get blood there, to protect the joint from injury. And then you did in both hands 30 seconds. And then we went from one hand out to the other one. That adds movement, increasing flexibility, mobility, strength, speed, power, and endurance in the hand. That also teaches you how to transfer, how to pass from the right hand to the left, and from the left back to the right. You're going to use that over and over again. And then we went into the forward endless spin on both hands. And then we went into the reverse endless spin, pulling with the pinky side on both hands. And then we went into hand pass. And then I had you add a couple steps forward, and a couple steps back, a couple steps forward, and a couple steps back. And then I blab, talking a lot about spinning, all that stuff. But this is where I want you to finish. And that is going over, because I want to get this in right from the start, this wrist roll. This is one of the coolest moves that looks more complicated than it is. All you're doing is balancing it over the back of the hand, over the thumb side, and then over the pinky side. And here's where that red tape comes in. To recapture the middle, I allow it to slide. See that? It was here. After I turn it, my hand moves this far away from it. I slide it back down by simply opening and allowing gravity to pull it in. I go over the pinky side, and then I go over the thumb side. It's the same thing, sliding in and sliding in. You go one way, go back the other way. And all you're doing, you're just turning your pinky up and open your hand and allow it to slide. Turn your thumb up, open the hand, and then when you go around, the hardest part here as a beginner is usually when you're about here. It feels like it's going to fall to the floor, so you flip your hand really fast. Sometimes that makes it pop off. So if you can fight that, and this is good, this gets you out of your comfort zone. Learn how to calm down, not slow down. If you go too slowly, it's going to fall to the floor. So you need to calm down to slide it and not slow down, which is a basic self-defense principle. Breathing helps you calm down instead of slowing down. So practice that on both hands. Wrist roll, and check this channel because I'm going to go back in a couple of, maybe probably tomorrow, and we're going to do lesson 2 in this series, which is how to learn bow staffs at home